ladies and gentlemen, because Nancy, Scotty, Greg, and all of Asteroid Fight Club are so cool. I only have $303 left to raise for my October fundraiser. If you'd like to contribute, I have snail mail, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and nothing but love for you. Let's get to all the wild weather. All right, for a long time, I was like, expect super wild weather on October 23rd. Well, I was a day off, but all the wild weather is here, and it will persist through the week. We have a record bombogenesis double storm hitting the Pacific Northwest with an atmospheric river hitting California, causing mudslides, debris flows, and rock slides. We got Super Duper Mikey T recovering from the coronavirus complications to be out there chasing tornadoes, sending in an excellent picture of a tornado today, as we were expecting a whole lot of severe weather this week. Here's today's severe weather danger zone, with the orange being like, ooh la la, watch out for trouble. Tomorrow, the ooh la la ouchie moves to the east, and then the day after that, the long phallic banana of severe weather doom is Texas, this state, and that state. And then the day after that, you'll look for another severe weather spot around here. There's just a whole lot of shiz going on. You got heavy precipitation, significant waves, heavy precipitation, severe weather, heavy rain. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Then in less than 72 hours, we may have a warm and wet nor'easter punch New England and the New England areas in the face at hurricane strength. Now, it may not make landfall. Models are still all over the board on where the core of this thing will go, but it does have it curving back towards the land. And so we'll have to stay tuned to see. And this is only like 2.5 days away, man. You got a hurricane making landfall in Mexico, Hurricane Rick. See, things are super duper wild, and they're going to stay that way. The weather, never count out the Yuki out of a storm like this. It has the big nor'easter that'll be wet, looping right over South New England at 985 millibars, which will leave a mark. So yeah, models are, some are taking it more to the west, some are taking it more to the east. This is only October 27th, which is like 3 days away. So just expect a wild week of weather. And you got your double bomb, says Matthew Capucci. Wow, check out this incredible double bomb, which rapidly deepened off the Pacific Northwest coastline at an extreme rate. It's bringing historic atmospheric river into California, wind into British Columbia, air pressure similar to Sandy, and even a tornado threat to coastal Oregon. So almost everybody's getting a little bit of something. You know what I'm saying? And then even the sun is getting in on the wild and weird wackiness. The strange magnetism of Sunspot AR287. Something does not add up. New Sunspot AR2887 has two primary cores, each about the size of Earth. Usually a sunspot looks like this. The two cores have opposite magnetic polarities, positive and negative. In this case, however, they're the same. Not that there's anything wrong with it. All right, did you get that joke? I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately. Pictured above is the magnetic map of AR2887 from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. It shows the primary poles of double sunspot AR2887 are both negative. Well, a lot of people are negative these days, man. That's why I watch nothing but sitcoms, because everybody's like, I'm negative. I'm like, please give me comedy. As much comedy as I can take. Surrounding patches of positive magnetic flux provide balance. There is no balance because all the planets are on the same side of the sun except for Mars. Perhaps AR2887 is not one, but actually two sunspots jammed together in close proximity. We'll get a better view of its magnetic architecture as AR2887 turns towards Earth in the days ahead. Yeah, it's just crazy times all around, man. All around. Remember, the next few months are going to be a bit weird, a bit wild, a bit scary, but I think the spring of 2022 is going to be great. Tahoe is at high risk for flash floods, mudslides, and avalanches as the storm moves in. Hey, Chicago, put your pop down and listen. Rain, heavy at times, with some scattered thunderstorms, will continue through the evening hours. Widespread rainfall totals from 2 to 4 inches can be expected near and south of I-80. With isolated higher totals possible, this heavy rain will likely result in some flooding. We just had San Mateo and Santa Cruz County evacuations ordered as heavy rains and winds hit the Bay Area, says California Disasters. And then we had a 6.3 earthquake hit Taiwan earlier this morning. This, of course, is that storm, the nor'easter thing you will be watching on the 27th. How close does it come to the East Coast? We'll have to pay attention. Yeah, I think 943 millibar low pressure makes it either a record or record tying. So we have a double sunspot, a sunspot, and we may possibly have 2 more sunspots turning towards us. So happy Sunday, says Erica Palmerio. This weekend in the southern hemisphere of the sun dominates in terms of active regions. Patches of stronger magnetic field. We have AR12886 and the magnetically complex AR12887, plus 2 tiny regions on the east limb that may get numbered soon. Yeah, it's pretty rocky times on the West Coast right now with landslides and mudslides and floods and more rain coming in. California rain will probably continue for another 12 hours, whereas the Oregon and Washington and possibly Canada rain will continue for another 48 hours. So we got a lot happening, man. It is going to be a wild, wild week. And oh, I'm staying so optimistic about my fundraiser. Will you be my next miracle? The most expensive elements in the periodic table. Francium is the most expensive element in the periodic table, which costs about $1 billion per gram. The cost of this element comes from the fact that its half-life is only 22 minutes. No, you, girl, you woman, you are the most expensive element in the periodic table. Hey, don't worry, I'm getting closer to the volcano's graves. What? Oh, yeah, so Sicily, an island off Italy, they're getting hit with hard floods. And, you know, I like to sometimes make predictions way in advance. And I think 2022 is going to be an extremely wet year because Jupiter will go back into Pisces on December 28th and stay there for half a year. And so we'll be dealing with major floods next year as well. But I think Jupiter will be very happy to get the hell out of Aquarius. Our burning cargo ship, the Zim Sean Kingston, Selena Gomez joke, is getting hosed down. Okay? There were dangerous chemicals, and those chemicals are getting hosed into the ocean. Cascadia Fire Season Bark Flight, entire creek fire burn scar is now under evacuation warning. Evacuation order for Big Creek Canyon from below Big Creek to San Joaquin River, Joaquin Phoenix River. All right. Yeah, man, the whole burn scar areas are now under evacuation because of all the rain. The HRR is like maybe on our nor'easter on the 27th. Yeah, man. What crazy times we live in, you know? Crazy times we live in. Stephen Eckhart, seeing this early season high-end West Coast storm, I wonder if this is what the Donner Party encountered. Man, what? Why do you... I don't know, man. Bad joke, Stephen. Bad joke, buddy. At least they didn't call it a mini ice age. I mean, what type of an idiot would fall for that? As hot as it's been this October, you know what I'm saying? And would you describe the solar activity over the last few months as minimal? Would you? Would you really? Come on, man. Be honest. Have some integrity. Man, if good guys ever come back in fashion, I'm going to do okay. Nikhil Trividya, an incredibly photogenic and intense sub-950 millibar cyclone, is currently spinning towards the Pacific Northwest. Meanwhile, the first of our series of eastern U.S. storms is beginning to take shape and could become rather intense in its own right. Sub-980 millibar. Yep. Well, I mean, the Grand Solar Minimum guys really aren't known for their sense of humor. Anywho, minimal. Pfft, my booty. Shout out prayers to the cargo ships. Hey, don't tell anyone, but I think ExxonMobil actually put together Grand Solar Minimum and pays for the giant team of white guys behind the scenes. So, you know, that's why they've been so adamant about it for 6 years. And even though the sun is super waking up, and this is a really warm autumn so far, that's why they're just so like, no, believe us. It is definitely, we're in a mini ice age right now, and the sun is going to sleep. So says ExxonMobil. Yeah, I don't know, man. Oil companies, they're like the big bully at the ball. They don't like to compromise, and they always like to win. Hey, volcanoes, man, volcanoes. So they make everything political. That way, you just get people so polarized, nobody's really worried about improving things. I don't know. Crazy days, man. All right. Anyway, I'll do other updates later. But yeah, there's a lot going on. All right, stay cool, and I'll be back with another jam against all odds. God bless everyone. Have a great Sunday. All right. Yeah, dude, it's just going to be super weird, super wild weather all the way through. But hey, thanks ExxonMobil for letting me live. I appreciate that. It's going to get wetter for the Northeast. Like, it's 88 degrees in Houston right now, man. I'm tired of the heat. It is almost the end of October. I'm tired of the heat. And somehow, we got mini Ice Age salesmen out there every day pounding the pavement going, hell no, 88 degrees in Texas. That is mini Ice Age. All right.